Hi guys, Dave Mason from the Niche Lifestyle here. I'm truly honoured to be sitting down with this young lady here, known her for quite a few years now, and her name is Cheyenne Campbell. Cheyenne, thanks for sitting down and talking with me today.
No.
Really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy person. So, finally, like I've said before, this format is about finding out what gets Cheyenne out of bed, what makes her tick, and what her why is. So, as you know, for the rest of us that see this as a spectator sport, we understand what makes these people tick, what's required, and the price they pay to get where they want to get. So, without further ado, Shy, what gets you up in the morning?
I guess what gets me up in the morning is, that goal that you've set. For me, it's probably wanting to be the best player that I can be, and that means getting up early for trainings, even when it's quite hard to get up and it's dark outside. But having that goal and knowing what it's going to take to get there, I think it's really important that you just got to get up and you've got to do it. If you don't, no one else will. So that's probably what gets me up in the morning.
Me. Now, I had a couple of questions here, but so tell me your why. I mean, I know you've been through a hell of a lot. Played for the Wallaroos, and then, for lack of a better description, you were dumped, and then you got injured, and then what keeps you going? What's your why? What's when everyone else is saying, "Oh, she's not going to be back," what made you keep going?
I think for me, it's probably that wanting to get back into the jersey and to make a statement that I can actually do it, that I'm not finished, I'm not ready
unfinished
to retire.
business.
Yeah, unfinished business. I think that was a massive part of it. Not actually getting to that second World Cup was a massive blow, but for me it was like, I don't want to just be a one World Cup person. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a fluke, that it was it's meant to be. So I knuckled down and did the work and was rewarded, I guess.
Ooh. Who inspires you most and why? Now, I know you've said here that there's not any one person that inspires you, but someone must have planted the seed to that young person many years ago. And I'm talking about, when I talk about inspiration, I'm talking about someone done something, said something, and triggered something in you to say, right, from that day to now, I'm going to do something.
I guess probably when you go down to the core of it, it's probably my dad, Jonas. He's probably the first rugby player I knew. I followed him as a young girl and just grew up around him and him playing, so that probably planted that seed of that drive to want to play and play at that next level. So I think when it comes down to it, he would be that person, that inspiration.
Me. I knew there was one person. Are there any others, like any other people that have sort of helped you along your journey? Coaches, mentors? Do you have people that you turn to, or that have inspired you to? Because it's not a journey of one person, when to do what you do.
Yeah. I guess from a young age, probably a good family friend of ours, Tiki. He's probably been someone that's been a huge influence on
Oh,
life.
don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Fuck sakes.
Sort of on the field and off the field, but I think he's always sort of had that belief that I'd make it to that level, and he's always sort of had my back and things like that. So being the support, so he'd probably be another person.
No. I had to ask, so I got the answer. Your favourite quotes? Things happen for a reason. That's an unusual one.
Yeah, look, I mean, things happen in life, good things, bad things, and we don't always, you know, we're not always ready for them, but I think things happen for a reason, and we're not always aware of what that reason might be, whether it's good or bad. But eventually something will eventuate and it leads you on a different path, and that's the path you were probably meant to take. So, you know, for me, being injured, 3 days out from flying to the World Cup, you know, it happened and I was disappointed.
3 days out?
3 days out.
Wow,
Yeah.
well...
Tore my hamstring, tore it off the bone.
No!
So we were in camp and, you know, the coaches were like, you know, you can go and stay till the end of camp and we'll send you home. I said, look, to be honest, I just want to get home. I think it'll be a lot harder emotionally if I stayed and waved goodbye while I was there on crutches. So I decided to leave the next day, said goodbye to a few of my close mates, and then left the following morning.
When was that?
That would have been 2014.
Okay.
August. Oh, end of July actually. It's end of July. And my flatmate walked me out, and at the cab was all the coaches and management, and I just burst out crying because it was real. And I was just a mess probably for the next 2 days, considering I was so close to making that second World Cup. But yeah, I still think, you know, things happen for a reason. I wouldn't have changed anything. Obviously, it would have been nice to have been there, but, you know, things happen for a reason. I might not have made the transition to playing hooker, so, you know, it all happens for a reason. So that's something that I really believe in, that things happen for a reason, good and bad.
Okay, and the other one, if you judge a fish by the way it climbs a tree, it will always fail.
Yeah.
That's an unusual. You choose these bloody unusual quotes.
I just, like for me, it's everyone's different. Everyone's got their strengths, and it's about knowing that person or getting to know that person, not just the surface stuff, but really getting to know, again, like what makes them tick, and then finding out, well, what's their strength, tapping into that, and I guess using that strength in a more efficient way, a more productive way. So, yeah, I honestly believe that we've all got strengths. It's just a matter of finding out what that is. And sometimes we don't know what it is until someone actually highlights it, taps into it.
So you've got a pretty good support network?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be where I am on my own, you know, so definitely a good support network here.
So let's go back to your accomplishments, and you gave me two. One was your teaching degree after a few setbacks. Yeah,
it took me a while to finally get that degree, you know, just being a New Zealand citizen at the time, you've got to pay up front, and that's a massive financial burden.
Drain, yeah.
So that was one thing. Then obviously, you know, not passing subjects for whatever reason, so they set me back quite a lot. I think I just made the cap or the cut-off to complete the double degree. So
you got a double degree in?
Yeah, education and human movement.
Jeez.
Yeah. So,
well, I'm feeling quite dumb right now. Yep.
Yeah, so I guess becoming a teacher has been something I've always wanted to do, and to work with young people and work with them through sport is, you know, my two loves. No better way than being a PE teacher.
Playing rugby internationally. I've always wanted to play at the highest level, and I've overcome many setbacks, including non-selection and injuries, to achieve that and to continue playing at that level. Tell us about making the Wallaroos.
Yeah, look, it's definitely a massive accomplishment for me to play at an international level. I guess because we're here in Brisbane, it sort of just made sense to play for Aussie and wear the green and gold, and, you know, home will always be home, but to be able to represent Australia has been a massive honour, and I take pride in wearing that jersey every time I get the opportunity. But yeah, it's been probably a long road or a hard road to get there, but it's all been worth it, all those sacrifices, the trainings, the setbacks. To be at that level and to be playing and still be playing. So grateful that the body's being able to sort of bounce back after injury and to still be here.
So, tough times. Tell me about tough times, because you've talked about setbacks and injuries, and we spoke about this earlier, where it's not out in the open. It's the dark. It's the quiet times when no one's around. How do you deal with non-selection or injuries, getting back on the horse?
Oh, you definitely have those dark days. Like I said, I probably had 2 days of crying after being injured, but you sort of get to a point, or I got to a point where I just thought, this isn't going to do anything for me. I need to just, get over it and start working on, well, what's my next step? And then for me, it was, well, let's go and have surgery. Let's go get a rehab program. Let's work with the physio. And I sort of just, okay, that's gone. That's done. I can't control that. But I can control
the controllables.
Exactly, control the controllables. So, and I could do that. I could work on the rehab. I could do the extras. I could, watch what I eat, what I drank. And those are things that I could control.
Yeah, that probably let me down, watching what I drink. Just what advice would you give your 15 and 21-year-old self?
Oh, jeez. It's quite hard, I suppose. Like I say, things happen for a reason. So all those things I did as a 15-year-old and a 21-year-old, they probably made me the person I am today. And
so you wouldn't change much?
Oh, nah, you can't. I mean, otherwise I would have been a different person now as a 31-year-old. So, I think if anything, I'll probably just say, take those opportunities when they come, and I guess be bold and take a chance at things, and even if it's uncomfortable, and probably just to do that more often. I think sometimes I do hesitate and think, oh no, I'm comfortable here. I'm doing all right, but sometimes we need to just be a bit more bold and go the other way and see what happens. So that's probably the only thing I'd say to my younger self.
That's great advice, especially for Māoris and polys in particular. We're not the only times we take chances are with the ball in hand. But when it comes to things out of our comfort zone, we have a tendency to take a step back rather than a step forward. So great advice, great advice. If not a teacher or a rugby player, what would Shy be doing?
Jeez, I always wanted to be an air hostess, but got told it was too short, so that sort of went to the bottom of my list.
I wanted to be a model. I've got a face for radio, so we do what we do.
I guess career-wise, I don't know. I mean, I think I've always been sort of focused on what I wanted, and never really looked outside and said, oh well, if I don't become this, I'll be something else. So I always knew rugby wasn't going to be a forever thing. Just how life is. So teaching was not my fallback, but that was my other option, and that was going to be my career, and to put sport and kids together. So any other
Here's
career.
a question. Do you mentor kids right now that have great amount of natural ability, but need the meat and potatoes, that need to be able to understand what's required to get further than playing D grade Capella like I did?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at school I do a bit of coaching for boys and girls, and you see it, they're so talented, but they might just be a bit lazy, or they don't realise that they can actually go to that next level. So sometimes you need to, give them that bit of a push and say, you've actually got what it takes, but the rest is up to you, and you need to be committed to your trainings or be committed to your studies so that you can pursue what you want to do. And I get that, being a teacher, you come across kids in the classroom, on the sports field, and you have those conversations with them where you can, give them that bit of oomph that they need to take that next step. And, they're still so young, so they've still got a few years to keep developing and I guess even develop their maturity, and hopefully they'll take the opportunities when it comes.
Heaven forbid this happens, but you get hit by a bus, right? What would your legacy be? What would your epitaph say? What would people say about Cheyenne Campbell, the woman?
Oh, they'd probably say I was always late to things. But,
well, funny you say that, because she was late getting here.
I really hope that people would see that that I was a good role model, that I, inspired young people, young girls to play rugby, but away from the field, just to made an impact on people's lives, and was there, I guess, was just present with those people and family or friends or whoever it might be, and hopefully everyone I made a connection with had a positive experience from it. And so I think that would probably be something I'd like people to remember me by, was just every connection we had was a positive one.
Last question. Tell us all something that we don't know about you.
Don't know about me. No, probably not much people don't know about me.
Have you ever been on time?
On where?
No, that's just one I thought I'd throw at you.
So when they're good, I don't know. No, I don't think there's much. Like, I think I'm a pretty open person.
Transparent.
Transparent. I like to be, don't hold back in a sense, but at the same time, I think if you have conversations with people...
No funny habits like snoring or anything like that?
No, I'd like to say I purr when I sleep. Tell all the people that I
Well, ask Georgie that one. Hey, listen, we'll sort of wrap that up for now. I really want to thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
It was great listening to your stories and what you've done. I hope, most of yous are out there that, do appreciate that. We're trying to find out more about what makes people tick and what their why is, because it's important, I think, especially for Pollies, Māoris in particular, that they... if they can take something away from this, from these interviews, then we're all one step ahead. So, Dave Mason from the Niche Lifestyle, thank you, Cheyenne Campbell. Appreciate your time.
Me.
And looking forward to the next interview, whoever that poor person might be. Catch up.